Hello everyone. Welcome back to On Hit Effects. I'm Mezzo, and today we're going to be playing something very weird. I left it up to Twitter to decide what I played this week. I wanted to do one more stream with one of the new Dusk Till Dawn heroes before. I know some people were asking in the comments, where's Icelander? Why isn't Icelander an option here? I promise, next week we'll get back to the basics, back to the roots, but one more week while like lists are still really new, still being figured out, things don't all make sense yet in terms of like what the meta looks like. I don't want to play Icelander into lists that like, I don't want to give Icelander advice against lists that might not like even remotely be final, because then it's not very useful advice. So these first 2 weeks, we're going to sit back, figure out what new decks actually look like. Did Prism last week? This week, Twitter chose Levia. I have literally never played Levia before outside of Limited, so this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm just going to channel my inner Mansant. We may or may not be playing the lists that he's shown off recently on his channel. Shout out to you, Ethan. If you want to check out Mansant's content, the link to his channel is in the description below, including the links to both lists that we will be playing today, Hexagore aggro, and kind of like a recursion-based clause. Thanks, Scott. So, why don't we get right into it? Now, we have 2 lists to play tonight. Obviously, we have to start with Hexagore. How do you not? So let's hop into Talishar. We do have to play in open format because Dusk Till Dawn isn't available yet. Like, it's not street date legal, and so it's not available in the competitive queues. And we definitely want to be playing with the demi hero. That's like the whole point of the deck. So we're gonna be playing in open tonight. Mirror off the bat. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Obviously don't want Arcane Barrier, I don't think. Oh, I'm in Legacy, so I can't chat. It's whatever. Are there any sideboard cards we want in? Probably not, right? This is like brute grindy efficiency, right? Obviously. I don't know. We're gonna ship it. Oh my, 2 Death Hydras in the opener. How about that? This seems like an awful start. Huh. So we can't play Marauder. We can play a Hydra and take 13. We can't play Doomsday. I think we're passing because the only game actions we can take do as more damage to us than they will to our opponents. Okay. Yeah, it seems very obvious why you don't want to go first. So like there's a world where we just have to eat 6 from Hydra next turn, right? We can give up one of these. Actually, we're probably just blocking out and seeding our graveyard for this 1 yard marauder to hit next turn, right? Okay, so we leak 3. Graveyard is nice and set up. So with a blue, we have the potential to, if we roll a 4 on scabs, Boneyard into Hexagore, but we'd still take 3. So I think we just ship 6, get our blood debt ticking. I don't know. This seems like a reasonable line of play. The issue is we have to restart now with our graveyard, so probably this is premature, now that I think about it. Oof, ouch, owie. So this can't block. Their turn is just swing claw? Interesting. Because there's a world where we can stream into Shadowpede next turn, put 2 more blood debt in the banished. Present 12 off a 3-card hand, but we'd have to put an equipment, one of these 2 specifically, in the yard to do that. Seems not can block 6, throw Shadowpede, I guess. Oh, I do have to worry about blood debt now. Yeah, so this is... Alright, well we can at least keep them off an arsenal. This is like such a bad use of Scowling Flesh Bag. Alright. We're just not thinking. Throw in brute things. This is how you play brute, right? Count big numbers, go boom. I mean, if our opponent wants to keep blocking with swing bids, I think I'm okay with that. We now only need to block 1 card in the yard next turn to have banish 3 available again. Not bad. The fact that this card is just a 1 for 6, even from hand, you don't have to banish it, is kind of absurd. Huh. We just arsenal the other one as like a second safety valve, and we waste this Endless Maw on the turn cycle. It's not bad. It's not good because out of 4 cards we're getting 6 value. Actually, hold on. I wonder if this is a stab turn, because if we hit stabs like 2 action points, we can play Mark of the Beast, close the chain, swing Hexagore, and then we'll only take 1 from the Hexagore. Seems like a pretty good trade to me. And if stabs is a 1, weakened gloves. That'll have 3 in the yard, and then we can actually play Endless Maw. 2 is rolled? No, that's fine. From what I learned from Mansent, usually you want 1 cost in Arsenal. That makes a lot of sense for like Dread Streamers. We don't really have that option available, right now at least. So I think we just turn off Blood Debt for this turn. Are we gonna deal damage? Are we gonna get to deal damage? Oh yeah, on the board. This is about how I expected these games to go. Don't hate this. Don't hate this at all, actually. Graveyard's healthy. Got 2 Blood Debt banishes here. Oh. Yeah, I mean, they obviously have a follow-up, so if it gets bad, we can block on that. This is just 5 damage, and we have the potential to throw a lot on our turn. That is a lot. I don't. We haven't seen a single Graveling Growl, have we? It's not fantastic. Is our ceiling ever higher than this? I mean, like, we can block 6, send 9, but guaranteed. Or we can take 7 and send, like, assuming we hit scabs, big if, I know. 8 plus 6 is 14. I think the math says that's not what we do. I don't know if I'm supposed to put this card in second cycle, or this card. This card being a 2-card 7 late that turns off Blood Debt. I guess this also turns off Blood Debt. But this being a nope, I have no idea. We're gonna go with this. Can't whiff on this, so it's just a 2-card 9. Hexagore is on, nice. Do I? Wait a minute. Isn't Levia Redeemed supposed to be right here? Did I just like forget to select it? Because that could be quite bad. That's like the whole point of doing this. Building up this number, I mean. Well, this game might just be a wash then. Just playing old school Levia, it's no biggie. Who needs fancy new legendaries that completely change your deck? They're taking 9. I'm scared. We have an Art of War. Is it not selected by default, Joshua? That's a concern then. They're choosing buff and banish? Interesting. I figure you would take the go again. There's their go again. That makes sense. Okay, so we have our own Art of War. I don't think it's a great turn to play it. I think seeding our yard, turning off Blood Debt again seems not bad. Arsenaling this maybe, so we can have a big turn when we draw another red streamer. Interesting. That's good to know, Joshua. We will fix that for game 2 for sure. Yeah, let's hold on just a second. Let's set up here. If I get CNC'd, this is rough. I've heard a lot of people complaining about new cards being buggy, but honestly, I think the talishar devs have been doing a great job so far. Just the claw after that? I'm so confused. Oh, no go again. Okay, I mean, that's great for me. We're gonna put this Mark of the Beast next to Blood Dripping, or we're gonna put this Blood Dripping Frenzy next to that Blue Endless Maw in the second cycle, which go together quite well. So obviously, you know, full blood at Levia, actively working towards our game plan of fatiguing our opponent. And then hold on to this Art of War for a big turn. Like, this is... Hey, remember when I said hold on to this for a big turn? That's absurd. So it's... block, pitch, banish, draw 2, have this with... Yeah, I can put 2 misses in my yard. Have this with go again into Shadowpede at minimum. And potentially a Hexagore swing after if we want to roll scabs. That seems unwise though. I guess we can convert... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got it. All right. We're not blocking here. So here's what we do, chat. It's 8/6. We're going to convert this into 6 value next turn. Okay. Dread Screamer. Pitch. Diabolic Offering next to the Blood Dripping Frenzy and that other blue Endless Maw. Guaranteed hit. They're eating this. Love that. Just draw to submit. If we draw a good attack off of the Shadowpede banish, awesome. If we don't, it's fine because we have Hexagore as a backup, but we do draw a good attack, and that is kind of absurd. Offering seems very interesting. It's whatever. Do we ultimate greed? Do we roll scabs and try to swing Hexagore and play this Endless Maw? Just seems so high value, right? I am still confused where this pitch came from. Yeah, let's do it. We have gloves to back up, and it's worth like 6 more damage. Oh, we rolled a 4. We don't. Nope, nope, nope. We're full sending it. Can't whiff. Oh my gosh. We are Levia gamers, chat. Opponent really wants to hold cards, so we probably have an opportunity to block on their turn, which means that we'll have 3 in the yard. The Spy's Husk, I'm okay with that. We're still pushing 3 more. To you, greed is always the answer. I feel like that's kind of the brute way to play, right? It's just like, smash him in the face. It's very unnatural to me as a wizard, but not gonna lie, kind of fun. Oh, we get to put this Shadowpede right next to the Blood Dripping Frenzy, potentially play it on the second cycle if we get there. Probably not. We've got 12 blood debt. Da, da, da. Offering? Sure, that works with Blood Dripping Frenzy. Oh, oh no. Oh no. So if they have a 1 cost in yard, that's good for them. So we're probably just shipping this Hungering Slaughter Beast on our turn. Oh man, we are having major internet issues tonight. Sorry, chat. Nope, nope, that's one too many cards. This makes the yard unhealthy. Not really an alternative though. Yeah, I don't think we have an alternative. Like, we just have to hope to dodge the 1 in 3 chance of whiffing here. It's fine, we're real gamers. We turn it off every time. Two cards, 6 value. That's exactly what we're looking for in Flesh and Blood, right? 3 value a card. It's not like a lot of decks play 8 or anything. I shouldn't be complaining. We did just have a massive Art of War turn, and we're up 10. This is going to be a problem, though. Here comes the blood rush bellows. Uh-oh. So this doesn't block, this doesn't block. But we need to turn off Blood Debt this turn. So we're blocking with Dreadstreamer and then probably Hust as well this turn. They can't CNC us. So we're not really worried about any on hits. This one you just get opponent. Good job. That's a big Endless Maw. Seems like a good time to cash in our Hust before it goes away permanently. I don't hate our positioning in this game, because if they whiff a turn, they die. If we whiff a turn, we die because I forgot to put Redeemed or Consumed in the deck, but we're not going to worry about that part. It's perfectly fine. I think we're lagged out. Yeah. Honestly, this is just like trying to find Arsenal though, right? Because if we draw a Dreadstreamer, 3 card 12-ish. There's just never a world where we roll Scabs for Vile here, right? We just don't want to take the 1 in 36 chance of losing. This demands a pretty significant block too. We are out of cards in our graveyard though. That is a problem. That's true. We have gloves. We can always just pop them for no value. No value. If we pop them, you know, it stops us from dying. So it's like infinite value, right? Seems like a difficult block for our opponent. Which means either their hand is awful or they're trying to figure out how they have the confirmed kill this turn. I'm hoping the former. Okay. This is a big full block. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay. We can't use our hand very effectively. Especially because it's mono red line. Teach me how... But what we can do is guaranteed turn off Blood Debt with Shade and Stream. And then pitch the card that we don't banish to play our Shadowpede. Still come in for 11. We might as well cash Scabs in here. This also means that we can, you know, actually swing one of our 3 banished cards next turn. Seems like a good way to recover a turn that could have been really catastrophic. So we don't care what we banish to Shade and Stream here. Because the important part is we're coming in for 11 and have 19 Blood Debt turned off. That's it. Alright, so I'm a Levia master now, right? I definitely played that game perfectly. We should probably run it back though. Just to be safe. And this time I will remember to select consumed from my sideboard. So how do I do this? I go into the deck. Oh, I see. Okay. That's good to know. No blocks are very real, Josh. How many no blocks do we have in this list right now? 3. These don't really count though because you can... Oh my god! Mirror City. Okay. Yeah, I mean... Just run it back. Yeah, you were right. We just forgot to play the best card in the deck. Isn't that funny how that works? What's wrong, Colin? I wish I could enable chat for you, opponent, but I... Where did it go? Why is it a... Oh, you know what? This is a... No? Okay. I'm assuming this is mine? I don't know? I don't know. Don't really love the idea of Shade and Streaming here. Let's pitch this Vile Inquisition and arsenal this good card. Well, we didn't make our opponent lose a life. We did take away a Blood Rush Bellow. I think I'm okay with that. Oh, we're gonna get asked. every turn our opponents rule. Seems like a good turn to block out and not really do anything. So like we can play this Dread Screamer. There's 2 Blood Debt in the yard. Oh my, this card has Blood Debt? I didn't realize that. Interesting. I guess it makes sense. It's playable from Banished, right? Yeah, I think we just ship this back. There were no game actions we could take there that would not punch us in the face for 6 damage, which seems not ideal. And our opponent is just clawing. This I enjoy, because on our turn, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can send 12. You know, starting the clock early last game worked so well. Obviously, it's going to go great this game too. Oh, they're stacking something nasty. Something that we're going to do right now. Natty. First cycle. Look at that. 3 Blood Debt. Hexagore is almost a real weapon now. First swing of the game. Hey, welcome, Kumo. Three card 12, not bad. It's like 3-star, 4-star Smurf. Look at that. And just like that, 1 turn, Hexagore is now a real weapon. How about that? I cannot wait to take 18 Blood Debt this game and just absolutely kill myself. Oh yeah, Mark of the Beast, we're gaming. We get to block 3, stick this Boneyard Marauder in Arsenal. I do not expect Ethan to show up. I imagine he's very tired of Flesh and Blood streams after his 12-hour stream the other day. If y'all haven't seen that chat, go. Why are you here? Go watch that VOD. That's like someone that's actually good at Levia. You know, if you're out there, Ethan, I wouldn't mind. I have no idea what I'm doing. Please help me. Oh, this is already online. Oh, that's so cool. Graveyard's healthy too. How about that? So there's like a real world where we block 3 here, roll Scabs. If we hit 2 action points, we play Doomsday, swing Plasmafet, and play this Endless Maw. Seems gross. Seems really, really gross. Now, that being said, if we do that, our graveyard looks awful for the next turn cycle, right? Because we'll only have Endless Maw in there. So what's our alternative? Block this out? Sorry, Power Crow. I'm playing in Legacy. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. We're gonna get our Twitching token. And then we're gonna swing Hexagore, play Doomsday, swing Plasma Fet. Naturally. We got there. This also keeps our graveyard like way healthier. Look at that. 2 resources, 6 go again. Love swing big text sometimes. It's so rare because I'm used to playing Wizard where like, when is the Twickened token ever relevant? Turns out when you like are a deck that plays attack actions, it's kind of really good sometimes. Delicious. We have a stocked graveyard, which we actually... Okay, it's half and half. We need to fix this a little bit. They probably have to just spend next turn killing this Plasma Fet. I don't even remember what this card does. If you've banished a card with 6 or more, it gets +1, but haven't. They're just killing Plasma Fet? Okay. Alright, this is a very interesting hand. So Ram Raiders just sucks. Okay, so there's a world where... Oh no, Joshua. I'm gonna look like a fool in front of the league if they actually show up, but I thank you. Thanks for putting out the bat signal. Ram Raider kind of mid this hand because we don't actually have a 6 to banish to it. I guess we can hope to draw one off of the Art of War. No, that doesn't work unless we're pitching Howl from Beyond. Alternatively, we... Actually, no, that's not bad. So it's like pitch Howl to Art of War, banish, draw 2, and choose +1/+1. And then we guaranteed have a second card. We have 2 cards, one of which we can banish to Ram Raiders. The other we can pitch to play Boneyard Marauder. And because this just costs 1, it doesn't matter if we draw double red. It does, because Ram Raiders. Still don't hate this line. Okay, pitch. We'll do buff and banish. Yeah, I wish I could enable chat, Paul, but... Ooh, spicy. Okay, okay, okay. So we get to Ram Raider. We get to banish the Endless Maw. God, we would have been so punished if we hadn't drawn a blue and a 6. This was such an awful line. Learning bad habits. Learning terrible, awful bad habits. How's stream doing? Looks not bad. Okay. Not the most impressive Art of War turn, but it's not awful? Question mark? What in the world? Wait a minute, what's this card doing in here? What is this doing in here? Alright, so we're just eating a bajillion damage this turn. Oh, this is the actual fail state. Okay, we don't have anything we can banish to Art of War. So these don't have Blood Debt themselves. So our fail state here is pitching Art of War to Blood Dripping Frenzy, banishing Guardian. It's a Blood Debt card, so we'll draw a card. A card, and then what? That still doesn't turn off Blood Debt. I think I'm just eating 10 this turn. Not great. Can I, like, just swap this out for Crown of Providence real fast? That's how this works, right? Okay, well. Our opponent decided to peace out. I guess I was taking a bit too long. You know what? Why don't we swap over to new Talishar, since I think both opponents we've played against so far today have wanted to chat. Be right back while we fix that. Quick fix. I feel like I'm learning really awfully bad habits from playing Hexagore and just going smash face. Surely Blood Debt will work itself out later. And we absolutely would have taken 10 that turn if our opponent hadn't quit. So let's move over to a list that maybe won't punish me for drawing a bad hand. Not as badly, at least. And I'll try to play a little bit more patiently. Open format, public, not single player, playing the recur clause list. I accept this. Okay, Demi-Hero auto-selected. So maybe that was a legacy issue, is that it just doesn't have the Demi-Hero by default there. Might not be implemented in legacy at all. Our opponent had theirs available, and they were requesting to chat, which meant they weren't on legacy. That's probably what the difference was. Makes sense. So we probably just need to play on modern Talishar anyways. I'm in hell. This is only Levia mirrors. Okay. Which cards are we not playing? The D-React, right? How about another Sips? Anything else we're not playing? This card doesn't block. Seems sus. It's fine. Mirrors for days. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen with this deck? Ship it. Sure, Kumo. We can get you in here with Dory. I feel like Master the Mirror is a bit of a stretch, Joshua, but I love your your vote of enthusiasm or vote of confidence. Oh, submit deck. There we go. Oh, is this implemented now? Sick. Okay, well, opponent is choosing to start the blood debt early. Oh, okay. Man, new talishar is so funky to me. This is the only block we can do, but it makes our graveyard awful. Doesn't sound great, but I don't know what else we're supposed to do there. Oh, opponent, please turn off your hooves, Diamond. Okay. Yo, welcome, Chase. Oh, this is interesting. No, it's not good, though. Survive players, though, mess up so much. I think that's just talishar in general, Joshua. It's being an open source platform, you get a bunch of, you know, players of all levels of experiences. I also, you know, just looked at this stream. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making mistakes left and right, and I don't even recognize it. Ram Raider, not ideal here. This, you know what this probably is? Just pass first turn Levia can't do anything. I mean, we have 2 no blocks in hand. I feel like we'd want to get at least one of those out. So I wonder if there's a world where we, like, double pitch to a claw, off arsenal this Diabolic Offering, and leave the Ram Raider in hand. Don't let her fill graveyard. Fair. But chose not to anyways. Interesting. No, you, them. Ooh, spicy. We don't have the blue for this Blood Rush Bellow, but still seems... It's just I can turn up my voice volume. Yee, I have my microphone maxed out, Chase. Don't know that I can fix it beyond that. Just maybe crank your computer audio. So this is 6-go again. But our hand's trying to gas. So I think we're just passing. Our hand also, our graveyard's going to be god awful, by the way. Should just pass first turn, not let you fill your yard. Yeah, but we filled our yard with junk. So, like, our banished 3s aren't even good right now. We do get to do this, however. No, we drew the double red. Disaster. We haven't banished this turn either? Oh my god, this is actually awful. So this is just Claw Claw? This is just Claw Claw. Because this is for 0. Yeah, it's true, Josh. We're learning. Just pass. Just pass. Should have been Dread, then Offering if you had a 6 in the yard. Did we have resources for that? I guess we did. We had exactly 1 6 in the yard, Bryce. That's starting Blood Debt clock so early, though. Especially when theirs is up, right? Like, we just kind of want to let them kill themselves. YouTube, don't... I didn't mean that in, like, a real way. Don't demonetize. I'm not monetized. You can't demonetize me. I can say whatever I want. Algorithm, please don't hate me. Ghostly visit, interesting. What an awful pitch stack. So the issue is we can absolutely whiff in our graveyard. But they're just throwing Slitherpede. This really looks like a block 5, play this Convulsions into Diabolic Offering. I guess the smart thing is just swing Claw, right? Like, why would we commit? Come on, opponents. We're trying to get some real games in here. I'm not taking that long to make decisions. Run it back again. Come on. We can do this. What's the correct line there? So our graveyard was like 50% chance to whiff. Almost certainly we're not supposed to start committing to Blood Debt at that point then. It's just like Claw Pass. That really was an unfortunate Blood Rush Bellows. Like, drawing double red is never where you want to be. Yeah, Joshua, that seemed like a very premature dropout. I'm not sure. My internet seems pretty stable too, so it's not like I'm disconnecting much. That definitely can be a problem for me, but right now at least, stable question mark. How we doing? Kumo, did you want to get in here on Dory? Because I'm just in Talishar queue. You have an opportunity. At least we did have a redeemed and consumed actually available that game. So Turbo Blood Debt, this card is just as much of an overperformer as I thought it would be. Not super sold on Guardian. We've drawn it exactly once and it was awful. Hey, welcome. Oh, it's Charles, is that you? I didn't put the cast part of the name together until just now. Alright, sounds good. Dorinthea. It's not an aggro match, so this is our equipment. We probably want to minimize our no blocks. So I feel like Blasmafet's Shadow is quite bad. Keeping Dory off of 5-card hands is quite good. They'd never draw 3 cards. We're not aggro going again. D-React's actually relevant this game. I think this makes sense. Bit awkward to have so many no blocks, but it is what it is. Making me go first. No. I hate it. This is a whopping 2 no blocks in this hand. Seems not good. I think so we can only arsenal one of them. Doomsday seems awful in this matchup because it's just an ally for them to swing Dawnblade into to get free counters. So I think we have to claw this away. And we'll arsenal our other no block and keep the 6s to block with next turn. Seems like a reasonable start at least. Yeah, pitch Winter Claw. Alright, we're on the same page, Joshua. I feel like I'm being coached by chat. No, I hate taking the damage. This is awkward. Shadowpede really probably shouldn't just be in at all in this matchup. But we're committed now. Opponent has no resources available unless they have an overpower or some other trick, like really tricky thing. This at most is coming in for 8. We need a way to pitch away this Shadowpede. If he goes to 8, though, the second Dawnblade will just be for 3. So I think it's pretty okay to block 6 here. Make him have the trick. There's a trick. Ah, yes, bracers exist. I'm glad at least, Bryce, that we came to the same line. Bracers is a problem. Oh, it's Out for Blood. That's Out for Blood's effect. It's not bracers. Well, we're in a real pickle here. Because now our hit turn is pass with a no block in hand. At which point I would rather play Offering for 0. Alright, check this sick line out. Attack for 0. Graveyard's healthy at least. So obviously this is just like awful, but having a red no block in hand again seems like the worst thing we could do. Oh no! Pitching a red, good sign for us. It does fill the graveyard. The fact that we've pitched a red... Hold on. Are we blocking it all here? If he has go again, it's Glint. And he won't draw a card. Yeah, I got there, Bryce. It just took a second. Oof, that must have been a bad hand. Okay. It is a real shame that we can't play this Convulsions into this Diabolic Offering. Which means that we're rolling Scabs and trying to go Endless Maw into Diabolic Offering. It's a guaranteed hit from the yard, so the only way that things go poorly is if Scabs rolls a 1 twice. I feel like that's not bad odds for us. 3 was rolled? That's fine. We just won't be greedy, and we will Arsenal this Diabolic Offering. Interesting. Let me tell you, this hand is not great. Nope, not great. We can take next turn off a Blood Debt. It's only 2. It's not the worst. This is a Dawnblade for 6, threatening 12-ish. Honestly, this isn't a bad place to be, right? We get to add 2 cards to our yard. Going over the top, so we're just going to say no to this turn cycle. We're essentially going to take 2 from this Dawnblade. Oh dear. Well, that is actually the worst case scenario. I don't know that we could have been blown out more than a route right there, actually. That's awful. There's a world where this just buys Husk, right? That put us to 3 Blood Debt on the next turn. Ugh. I don't like any of this. That could have been a good... no. Scowling Fleshpad wouldn't really have done anything there because, like, we didn't have a turn to throw back, right? So, not really sure that it gets much value. This is just actually worst case scenario, though. So, like, the question is, do we Husk or not to stop that counter? It'd be the difference between going to 26 versus 25. I think there is a world where we do. I've started the Blood Debt clock, and so I'm not going to want to block much more this game. That's my thought process, at least. Yeah, I think there's a world where I keep this Guardian. I just can't. I can't bring myself to play another Diabolic Offering for no value. Interesting. Okay. This hand is pretty gapped. We're gonna have to take a ton of damage to throw it back, but fine. Especially because the Intimidate is random, right? Yeah, it looks like we get there too. Nice. It seems like a reasonable Scowling Flesh Black. Okay. We cannot miss. Awesome. We get to Offering after this too for 6 more. This card's pretty sick, I gotta admit. And we get to Arsenal the D-React that we tried to play 2 turns ago. Considering that Husk is gone, I like having a D-React in Arsenal. Opponent does have all of their armor left, and we have none of ours, which is not exactly where we want to be in a game. And see where things go from there. I don't think there's a world where this is a defensive Art of War. Pay 1, banish, draw 2, +1/+1 defense. We'd have to pitch an addition. If this was a blue, that'd be sick. But we have to pitch an additional card after drawing the 2 to play the Guardian. So I think we are instead just playing the Guardian and calling the bluff that they have 2+3s. That's interesting. So the threatening bolter is now here. If we take it, we're... God, this seems like an awful switch to redeemed, or consumed. Our banished isn't that great. We do have at least 1 go again though. 6 puts us to 19. They almost certainly have the react though. So this is probably like send 6 on this turn. And then on the next turn flip. Don't love our positioning in this game though at all. This is such an obvious bolters, I think. That's a bolt. So they've hit once but not twice. So it's like give them a counter. Ugh, this is just all bad. This is effectively like worth 12 value if we swing this, right? Because we're preventing 12 6 blood debt to ourselves, and presenting 12. So even though this gives them a Dawnblade counter, I just think it's like always worth it. No, we gave copper. The cash-ins are on. Man, spending a Dread Screamer with no follow-up is so rough. Oh, I'm in danger. You know things are bad when Dory has a... What? When Dory has a 5-card hand and they're like, block with all my armor this turn. Gross. Oh my god, we can't even block... Oh, this is so bad. Okay. Yeah, this is just bad situations all around. So our best shot is to go consumed, right? Which means we have to not fall below 13 this turn, so like it's going to be a heavy blocking turn. They're threatening 12, and we can present 11 block. Whew. Offensively, we're not doing much either. Like, there's a world where we have a reasonable Blood Rush Bellow turn, but the fact that we have a whiff is really, really scary. Also, the willingness to take all the damage last turn makes me think that, like, they just can go over the top of whatever we throw here. What's, like, the worst case scenario? Swing for 6, swing for 6. That's 12, we go to 7. And then we just get incredibly lucky and Blood Rush Bellow them out of the game. It could happen. I don't know that... Because we can't block 12 here, I don't know that we have a better line, question mark. Like, we're dying to Blood Debt then. Oh, it's just all bad. Okay. Well, we're not going consumed, by the way. So this swing is for 5, 8. Right, Steelblade Supremacy. We can totally die here. The whiff is a red, yes. Josh, it's just bad all around. Take it all, play the Howl, then the Blood Rush, hopefully hit 3 Blood Debt, then go Redeemed. Yeah, makes sense to me, Bryce. I don't know that there's a winning line beyond that. That's kind of where I was getting to as well. Okay, do they have another pump for 3? No. Are we real gamers? No, we're not. Oof, ouch, owie. Because this is additional cost banish. Yeah, so we just have no way to turn off Blood Debt this turn. We don't have 13 for Levia redeemed. This looks like GG to me. Good game, Dory. Routing that shadow guardian of the Shadow Realm was so brutal. Okay. What's next on the docket? I feel like I was doing better in the mirrors. Open format public. Hop in again. Underpitch the red to make sure Blood Rush doesn't miss. That's true, Joshua. It doesn't save us in that situation though, right? Like, our other cards in hand were Blue Wrecker Romp and CNC. GG's, Cass, you obliterated me. And neither of those cards turn off Blood Debt, right, Joshua? So, like, don't really want either of them in hand. They don't solve our problems on the turn. I probably got like 1 or 2 more in me tonight. It's probably going to be on the shorter slide. Yeah, the Blood Rush had the potential to be really good, right? Like, those 20 damage turns where you pop off and just brute someone to death. We did not remotely get there, though. Probably going to be, like I was saying, on the shorter side of streams tonight. I am playing in Battle-Hardened Cincinnati this weekend, and spoiler alert, I'm not playing Levia in it, so might want to try to prepare for that a bit tonight after the stream ends. But this hero is very interesting, very weird. Art's incredible. Yeah, that makes sense, Joshua. Like, we had to play to an out, and just didn't get there. Brute's a lot of RNG. Sometimes you have to play into it. I don't know that I like super vibe with that as a player. It's a fun story. When I first started playing Flesh and Blood, I started with Dash, with Mechanologist. And I had 4 whiffs in my deck. I played 1 Tome of Fyendal, which is for the high octane Achilles Accelerator shenanigans, where it's like, ooh, gain a little bit of life on my high octane turn. And in matchups that were aggro and I would like to go second, hey, speak of Dash, and want to disrupt, I would play some CNCs. So 3 CNCs, and for those I would side out with Tome. And I just had the most impressive awful luck. Oh no, Dash. I swear, like, every game, you know, over the course of the game, boost 9 times. Riptide, interesting. This feels like a degenerate aggro race. Because without Frostbites, I hear it's kind of hard to block Riptide out. So, I totally just want an excuse to play Hooves, because I think this card is really cool. I also just haven't been rolling Stabskins much in these last few games. I guess this list doesn't have the Shadow Gloves, because when it was made, this list, it wasn't implemented on Talishar yet. I guess we'll stick with Stabskins, because why would we play Gamblers with no dice rolling? But yeah, TLDR, the Dash story. I would boost like 12 times in a game, and 3 of them would be CNCs, and just really disproportionate in terms of really disproportionate in terms of hitting my generic soft boosts. So I'm not allowed to play decks you have to be lucky at. I'm surprised this stream is doing so well, to be honest. CNC's get in here. This is a ranger. What about... No, let's just run this. I need to put a card in. Shadow Puppetry. There we go. Trench, Dreadbore. So this is like the pitchless Riptide. Yeah. Hey, what a hand, by the way. This hand is pretty sick. Get to seed the graveyard. This is unideal. Actually, I think this looks surprisingly similar to what we talked about doing at the end of last game, which is playing out the Howl into the Blood Rush Bellow. Simply because hand doesn't do much without that. I'm sure there's a world, though, where we're supposed to just, like, save the Blood Rush for a real quote-unquote turn. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? We draw double reds. We didn't, though. We get to double claw. So the Howl is just kind of wasted because we didn't draw an attack action we can play. That's a bummer. There's an interesting discussion here, which is like, push your luck KO for Blitz for life. Oh my gosh, you are braver than me, Joshua. I respect it, though. Mad respect it. What's the EV on... Gross. I don't like that. Swinging the second claw here versus saving this in Arsenal. Okay, well, if you're going to ask me if I want to pay 2, I'll pay the 1 and I'll Arsenal this Graveling Growl. I feel like that D-React should have been played in the opposite order. So that you can use the Riptide trigger, but it's whatever. Not bad to me, right? Gets a block. Nope, that is not the cards I tried to block with. I'm trying to block with these 2 in the middle. Come on, cooperate, Talishar. Nope. This is why I like Legacy. We have blocked with 1. Yes. Let me block with the Boneyard Marauder. There we go. 8. So next turn we can roll Scabs. If we hit 2 actual Index in the yard. Kind of love this, to be honest. 5 was rolled. Nope. So we are starting Blood Debt, but also like kind of an aggro race to begin with. Blocking out Riptide is a pain. Hey, Frailty Trap doesn't trigger. This attack doesn't have go again. We have a spare action point. Quite different. And very important, because pitfall trap again. I will take the 2 this time. Still got a healthy graveyard. This is a good start. This is quite a good start. This hand is real bad though. Oh my god. We've got 3 blood debt. Yikes. Very significant on hit here. This can't block, so we're not blocking with it, obviously. So I think we stop this ponder. We throw a claw, we take 3, ouch. Arsenal the Shadowpede because it's a 1 cost. I don't know that there's a better line here. Surely stashing this worth more than the potential to scabs to swing the set up being a point above rate on this. Ignored the part where I took blood debt last turn. Not bad. Okay. So this Buzzsaw Trap isn't triggering, they're just blocking with it. That's interesting. I guess they also got the reload value, which is not nothing. Yeah, reload value is significant there when it's a Falcon Wing. But Fleshpad here is just incredible, right? Because it means they can't pitch to Dreadbore. Yeah, this is such high value, especially when we get to crack back with an Art of War ourselves. This just stops them from having a follow-up attack. I've heard a lot of comparisons to Stalagmite with Scowling Fleshbag. That definitely felt like a similar situation. Uh-oh. Where we got a lot of implicit value off of that. Pitch. Surely we draw something else good. So we're gonna go again and banish draw 2. And the fact that so like we can choose go again on the Art of War, so we're not guaranteed to draw blue for this. We are guaranteed to banish a 6 for this, and it's 1 cost. So keeping the offering seems like the much safer play here. Sweet. So we get to CNC with go again, and then we can roll scabs and try to claw plus offering. Love this. Excuse me. Listen, Riptide, anytime you want to pitch a card for 1 resource, you activate Trench whenever you want. Looking for a D-React, maybe? No. Well, it's CNC. Can't play D-Reacts. I don't think that was really that risky, Joshua. Like, obviously, yes, we did get rewarded, but I don't think there were many fail states. Maybe I 1 was rolled. I need some momentum, please. 4 was rolled. That's much better. Riptide really likes this hand. I'm a little scared, to be honest. Oh my. Oh my. I think we're blocking with Husk this turn. Also, I'm kind of trying to actively play towards the Redeemed because we have 2 sources to go again and banish at this point. Okay, double Scout the Periphery. You need to show me a big on hit here. And it looks like there's a chance where we don't. Yeah, that'll do it. Where we don't turn off Blood Debt next turn. So, like, we'll probably hit it this turn cycle. Snapping it, interesting. What, are you going to follow up with a snatch, or? Ah, yes, that is a card. Huh. Wow, I am not in love with most of the cards in my graveyard. So we're unlikely to banish anything next turn, so it's not Gravel and Growl. So I think it's just Shadowpeed. Yeah, I think it's just Shadowpeed. It's the card that we're most likely to be able to use next turn. They got Endless Arrow? Sure, I'll take an Endless Arrow. Just means that it's less painful to turn into Consumed. I have to take 1 damage to turn on Consumed. Unless they Riptide track me, that'd be really bad. Then we play 2. Redeemed. Pitch. Guaranteed discard. This is perfect, right? So if they... Well, perfect is a stretch, but if they don't Riptide trap me, we get to take 1 damage and go Consumed. If they do Riptide trap me, we are taking a lot of Blood Debt this turn. Turn just kind of plays itself though, right? It's just Claw, Shadowpeed. Oh yeah, always keep a card in Arsenal for this reason. Yeah, I mean, it didn't really mess up our turn cycle though, Joshua. Like, it was mildly disruptive, but it's not like this is a horrendous fail state. We're also not getting punished with any Riptide traps here. Oh yeah. So we do actually get to go Consumed. If they live. I would like to not take a bajillion Blood Debt, yes. Alright. So I just get to play a card with Blood Debt from my banished. So So I'm playing the Dread Screamer next turn. So I just block this out and I throw 13 back, and they probably can't block it all out. Seems not bad to me. This is interesting because I've been playing for about an hour, 40 minutes. I feel like I'm starting to mildly understand what's going on with this deck, which is good. I feel like I actually worked towards the end game plan there instead of just kind of playing whatever cards I drew. Long way to go, obviously, but the spark is there. This deck is kind of a lot of fun. Scary, RNG-y, but a lot of fun. One more. Let's do one more before we call it a night. I think I'm out of water. Who's the last opponent for tonight? I'm gonna laugh if it's another Levia mirror. Seems like basically everyone is. We are making progress. That's the perfect way to put it, Joshua. Seems like basically everyone is trying to hop on the bandwagon tonight, including me. Okay, so this is interesting. So letting Vincent go first is like giving them a second arsenal because they stash a blood debt card in Banished and have 6 cards. And we've all played against Lexi. Starting the game with 6 cards is so dumb. But also, if we go first, we just don't do anything, probably. So, second question mark. Definitely want some Norrune here. I don't think we play Spoiled Scroll. I think that's more of a wizard card. Do you react? Honestly, this doesn't seem bad in this matchup, right? Vincent has a lot of 6 power things that you want to block. Still not really sure what Shadow Blast Buffet is doing. I think I'm going to cut it once more. Just like for some extra blues that stop rune chance. I have no idea what I'm doing. No, opponent, come back. I missed the enable chat. Sorry, opponent. Oh my. I am about to get destroyed. Race. 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 This is probably going to be a fast matchup. We're not playing D-reacts. We go zoom. Right? Let's go 2 and 2. Something like this. What is his hand? What is this? Wait a minute. Now hold on. If I could play Waning Moon and Crucible, I think I would never not play Kano. What's going on? I don't... there's so much shenanigans going on here. Yeah, I can believe you that this is a doomed matchup, Joshua. As someone who has played Icelander before, I've seen this from the other side and it's not pretty. I think what makes this very hard is the fact that our opponent has both weapons. I'm not sure what's happening with Talishar there. Very interesting glitch. Yeah, this is a really interesting bug because these are old cards, right? Like, I've never seen this happen before, and it's not like these didn't exist on Talishar already. What are these hands? This is so bad. I say it's bad. Honestly, it's not awful. Like, we have a spare blue here. We do it our turn. Play Blood Rush, pitching a blue, discarding this. We have 2 resources for when they try to burn us. Oh, do we only have AB2? That's a bummer. Where to Lantern, though? Honestly, kind of grateful for that Arcane Barrier there, because it lets us filter. Your question is, though, how you fill your graveyard in this matchup. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Because there is no meat axe in this list. Cool. So far, so good. This is just a double claw turn. With 2 resources worth of insulation. Like, claw for 5 go again is very real versus Kano. Ooh, what a hand. Well, I'll be honest, like, where opponent is playing Wildfire on their turn seems incorrect. Doesn't seem like a great use of our hooves, so we play it slightly safer. And we stop this arcane damage here. Slight connectivity issues. Didn't actually think we were going to get the 3rd pitch value out of that blue to AB, so kind of happy about that snapback. And I am also now playing as Kano. Talishar just knows that I am a wizard player, and it's like this matchup's backwards. I've got some technical difficulties I think we're gonna have to call it a stream there. I'm sorry this was so stuffed, guys. I'm gonna try to fix it before next week. Um, Thanks for coming and hanging out. I'm very interested in Levia. This was a lot more fun than I expected it to be. I really thought this was going to be just like an absolute disaster when Twitter picked it. Sorry that this is such an abrupt ending, and sorry that a lot of the games were talishar levels of stuffed, but we'll fix it for next week. Come back next Wednesday. I'll be talking about Icelander. I'll be in my comfort zone. See ya. Sorry.